So I don't know about you, but me personally, I have found myself purchasing a lot of stuff from TikTok Shop, and that's what prompted me to make another TikTok Shop video, because the more and more that I see it grow, the amount of products that I see on there and how easy it is to just click buy now and have something at your door. As an online seller, I'm like, I need to get onto this even more than I already am, and of course share it with you guys. So that's what we're talking about today, is TikTok Shop, and I'm gonna go over products that I recommend that you sell on TikTok Shop. I have some samples as well of some new and exciting products that you can sell on TikTok Shop as well, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, we're just gonna go over it, talk about everything that you need to know as well if you are brand new or want to get started. And if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Mac. I post videos talking about e-commerce, passive income, and different ways to make money online. So if that interests you, I would love to have you as a part of our community here on YouTube. A little bit of background about me. I've been selling products online for 5 years now, mainly on Etsy and Shopify, but I dabbled into TikTok Shop, I wanna say late 2023, yeah, in like December, and it has grown a lot, and there's so much that you can actually do on the platform, even if you are a beginner, which is amazing. And if you're not familiar with TikTok Shop, it is a video marketplace, which essentially is TikTok's marketplace, very similar to like Amazon or Etsy, but it's literally within the TikTok platform. So if you see that shop tab when you are scrolling, that is somewhere where you can now purchase products. And also when you are scrolling on your feed, you can instantly buy something from any influencer that's talking about it, which is really key here, because the way that TikTok has this set up is a goldmine for both influencers and brands. And it gives you an opportunity to work with influencers on an affiliate-based payout, which is amazing, rather than having to pay them a bunch of money up front to have a video maybe perform. So I don't want to get too ahead of myself though. We're going to talk more about that. But what I want to say is that for selling on TikTok Shop, you can do this without inventory and without actually shipping an item yourself. So literally anyone can do it as long as it's available to you. You can create a TikTok seller account and sync that with a print on demand or drop shipping supplier. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about how we can do it with Printify. It is a print on demand supplier, which will print, pack, and ship our orders to our customer from TikTok and do it all for us. So we're just keeping that profit in between. Beautiful business model and works really well with TikTok. And Printify, I give them so much credit. They have done so much on the back end to really make this integration great. And it looks amazing. There's so many new products available on there too, which I'm so excited about. And so that's how we're actually gonna get our products from our Printify account over to TikTok to be available for sale. And if you do not have a TikTok Shop account yet, if you're interested and wanna be walked through it, I will leave a video that I did step-by-step on how to set everything up. So check that out in the description. So the first step in this is deciding what exactly you want to sell. And TikTok, I will say, while I think they're easier to sell on and take a little bit less effort than something like Etsy or your own website, I will say that they are a little bit stricter on their policies. So you want to make sure that the products you pick are available to be sold on TikTok Shop. So on Printify, they actually have a TikTok ready product center, which will show you what products you can and cannot sell, which is really helpful because it just saves you a violation and it makes it so that you can really make sure that you're getting at success on TikTok Shop. Okay, so here's my screen here, and because I have my TikTok Shop selected on Printify, it will show me right here, discover TikTok ready products. And like I said, Printify has updated this. So like we have all different types of t-shirts and sweatshirts. We have the tough phone cases, which I love. We have blankets now, which is really exciting. Candles, we have tote bags, lots of different good stuff on here that you definitely can look at and get inspiration from right away. And it's just a good idea to like do this, even if you don't have your account set up. Like I encourage you to see what's possible here and see what types of products you could sell, because believe it or not, if you have interest in this, you will see something on here and be like, boom, I have an idea. So towels, hats, there's so many exciting things on here. And personally on my TikTok Shop experience, the things that have sold best for me have been phone cases, blankets, and notebooks. So that's just my own personal experiment, but I definitely think you can have a lot of success in a lot of these different products. It's all about how, you really get them out there and how creative you are with the TikTok marketplace. And the whole reason that you have to stay within the category of the TikTok ready products is because TikTok has a very specific shipping time that you need to fall into. And if your products ship late, you can get violations and it's just not good. So make sure that any product that you do upload from Printify, that it does come from that TikTok ready category. So here's the really cool thing I wanted to show you is that you can now offer coffee Printify does have coffee that they print out like your label on and pack it up and ship it for you. And you can now sell coffee on TikTok Shop, which I think is really, really cool. And I'm actually gonna show you because I said I had samples. So the coffee is an all over print product. I just wanted to show it to you because it is exciting that now Printify offers it on TikTok Shop. And I definitely think this is a product that you could really, really offer when doing an influencer marketing on TikTok and just making like super cute designs. Like I did these like really girly ones. Like this one says, not champagne, but it will roast. Funny, like instead of like toast, roast. I think it's funny. Well, I did not champagne, but it will do roast. And then I have the Bella Epoque roast, which I also thought was super pretty. And these were a lot of fun to make. And then like the brand that I decided to create for my coffee was called Caviar Cowgirl. So I just got really creative with it, really girly with it, and made these. And now I can list these on TikTok Shop on my store, which is really, really exciting. So I did want to mention that. I think it's really cool. And if you feel a little intimidated by selling something like that people are going to consume, no worries, but it is totally fine to sell. But there is also, you know, products that lots of other products as well that are not going to be consumed if that's more your jam. After I do a scroll on here and I kind of get an idea for what types of products I do, I'm then going to go right over to TikTok Shop to do the research because I want to see if types of products are actually selling and, you know, just get inspiration for what types of designs that I could, you know, potentially sell on TikTok, and so that we actually do get sales, because you don't want to waste time in like posting a bunch of random things if we don't know that somebody might actually buy it. So we do need to do research. So I literally just pull up TikTok and I go right up to the top and go to the shop tab, and it pulls up where there is a search bar. So I'm just at the top gonna type in what it is that I wanna look for, and I'm gonna do phone cases, and we're just gonna like scroll and see what comes up and what looks good. And so what's so great about this is as I scroll, I can actually see how many products have sold, which is a huge help when we're doing product research because we don't have to use an additional Chrome extension. Like if we're selling on Etsy or Amazon, we have to use a Chrome extension to see like what's selling, like how products are doing, but TikTok straight up tells you. So like I can see this phone case, it's got a lot going on. It says poker card pattern. They've sold 722 of them, which is pretty good. And then if we scroll down, we see this one here. This type of fashion-y pattern is doing really well. So that's something I want to take note of. But see here, they've sold 12,000 of these. Definitely the price has something to do with that, but just something to keep in mind for what types of designs. Here's another one. This is like the cute little doodles, coastal vibe, like Mediterranean coastal doodles. These are blowing up on Etsy, and this one has sold 25 of them. Really cool. And I basically just scroll and do that. And then when I find one that I'm like sparked with inspiration by, like if I see a phone case where I'm like, yes, I like this, I love the way it looks, like let's say I really like this one, all I would do, it's sold 8,000 of them, I would hit this little save button, and then I can like go back in my favorites when I start designing to like get the vibe again and like recreate that, right? Here's a really simple like pastel bow coquette case. They've sold 1,200 of them. That's something I could create really easily in Canva. And this like stained glass situation as well is trending on Pinterest and Etsy. So that's something that I could play around with too. I mean, there's lots of options. It's just about finding, you know, what we're inspired by and what we want to create. So what I've come to the conclusion that I want to create is kind of like a girly coquette phone case, which, are you surprised? It seems to be a lot of the products that I do make because I see a lot of success in that. So take from that information what you will, but I'm gonna just go over to Canva and create this and show you what it would look like on a product and just like the upload process of putting it on TikTok Shop. Don't think the upload process is as tedious on TikTok as it is Etsy. Like you still need mockups, but I feel like it's not the same type of vibe. Okay, so I'm on Canva and I'm gonna just create this phone case, but first I need to figure out which phone case I want on Printify because they have a few different ones. So they have these tough cases, which are bestsellers. And then I'm just gonna select this, okay? And then I'm gonna hit start designing. So now on the left, I have my print area size. That's what I needed. So I have 1365 by 2250. So then in my artboard, wherever I'm designing, if that's Canva, if that's Kindle, I'm going to relay that exact print size in here so that I can follow it. So we'll just copy and paste that in here. Okay, and then create new design. So now we have our artboard that is sized correctly for this type of design. So next I was noticing like a lot of the different like coquette pink patterns. I was also seeing a lot of different like collage style that seems to be really popular on TikTok. So that's definitely something I can consider. Like I have this here that I made a while ago. Like this definitely seems like something that would sell well on a phone case. We can even test that out and see what it would look like. Just, you know, for curiosity, I love doing that. So I'm just gonna add a few pages. If you haven't seen my design tutorials before, I usually do this where I'll create like 2 to 5 different designs all within one artboard, whether it's on Canva or Kindle, so that it makes my upload process a lot easier and I can like design all at once and then upload all 5, you know, or however many projects at once. I find that to be really helpful and something I definitely recommend if you're somebody that wants to design and upload faster. I have these really cute doodles that I could also use. I just love like experimenting with design. I find it becomes more fun. Like you do have to kind of, you know, play around with it and get used to what types of designs, you know, like you can create in that work, but it's just really fun to create a bunch of different types of things in my opinion. And keeping in mind that like the phone part of the phone case will be like around here. So that's something that, and then of course we can use Canva as well. People don't realize that you can use Canva for different graphics and elements. Like in this, like I can do that because I imported all these elements from Creative Fabrica. And then what I can do is add in some Canva elements as well, because I'm not just taking the Canva element and like not changing it at all, right? You have to be like change the element that you're using in some way instead of just using it as it is. So if it's a part of a design, you can absolutely use the elements. So hopefully that clears up, because I know that I get asked that question a lot and it can be very confusing, like to know what you can and can't use, you know, on Canva or like any site too. And then what I'm gonna do is make this background like a light blue, or we can even make it a little bit more fun. Do blue background and get like some energy, you know, sun to the back. Okay, basic but cute. And then we'll make one more. Okay, I'm gonna use this pink. Make this a little girly. And this is actually a perfect example of how I'm using Canva elements to create a design of my own. So if you see like what I'm doing here, I took this bear and I had this background, but then I took this bear, put it in, and now I'm adding more Canva elements to it to make it like a design of my own. Do you know what I mean? See how that made it look like it's like a part of the design? This is optional, but I love doing this. I know there's people that are laughing at me about this, but I know it sells, y'all. And you can too if you just spend all your time doing this. No, I'm just kidding. I think by like watching me do these types of things, like it helps you guys know, like just from seeing like what I know that you can implement. Okay, super cute. She's that bear. I'm too much, I'm ridiculous. Okay, all right, that being said, we have 3 different things that we can experiment here with phone cases. I'm more excited about this one. I think this one's gonna sell the most. So let's go ahead and export these. 3 designs for TikTok. Okay, download, of course, always transparent PNG. And then we will drag and drop them right into our Printify dashboard and just see how they look. And then I'll test out which one I like the most, or I'll upload them all. It just kind of depends. Okay, already obsessed with this little bear one, and then hit preview. All right, absolutely love it. It's perfect. So let's continue on. Okay, so now mockups with TikTok Shop are like a little bit different. Sometimes they tell you that they're not great. Like when you upload something to TikTok Shop, it'll tell you kind of like the score of your listing. And a lot of times it'll give me a hard time for like external photos. So I tend to use like the Printify photos mainly. And then I just do like 1 or 2 extra mockup photos. So I'm just gonna like look and see. Yeah, perfect. So I really just want like one of the front, one of the side like this, and then maybe one context from Printify, and then we'll add in another one, which I'll show you how to do. Looks good. Okay, save selection. And then if you didn't know, Printify has a new AI situation here. So as you can see, they generated my title and description for me based on AI. Now, this doesn't really make sense though. So what you can do is hit generate with AI and then like type certain things about your product. So I'm gonna do coquette, bear, cute, aesthetic phone case for girls or something like that, and then hit generate, and then it's gonna make me a title and description based off of that. Tough cake, cute coquette teddy bear, phone case for girls, adorable, kawaii, protective, girly accessories. Okay, cool. And then it's telling me all the special things about the product. So very, very simple so far, and we're still moving along. Now, next I'm gonna go down and I do have my warehouse set up. Now, this is something that you need to be aware of and do ahead of time. So if you did not watch that video to set up your account, I'm recommending that you do check that out before you get started in this. You can still watch this, but the shipping stuff is really important. So you do want to like go back to that video before you start listing products. So for pricing, it shows that the price of the actual product is $14 and the shipping is around $6. So we do need to factor that in to our actual price, even if we are going to charge, you know, the customer or we're going to pay for the shipping. So I'm going to charge $25 for this. And when I was on TikTok, I was seeing that a lot of the prices vary. Like some of them are $20, some of them are $10. Like it really just depends on the cases. TikTok is known for their better pricing here, but a lot of the times you won't see that it's not free shipping or something. So when you're doing your price research, just really like select products and see how the price changes. You'd be surprised. So I'm gonna charge $20 for it, and then I'm still making a $5 profit. And then down here, I'm gonna do hide in store and then publish. And because my TikTok shop is synced with my Printify, that way it's gonna go directly over for me. So I just refreshed my TikTok seller center under manage products, and you can see that the case is here. It's just showing inactive. So I'm gonna go to edit and then see if it brought over those photos. Sometimes it takes a little bit, so we'll give it a little bit of time. But TikTok is telling us they want more images, so we're waiting on 2 more, and then we should add a few more images. And we do have our SEO pretty much done for us. So see here that it's done and the category was also selected. And that's what I really love about TikTok is like, it's not super complicated. Like they kind of already do everything for you. You just kind of edit it a little bit. And I don't feel it's as insane for like your mockups and stuff. Like you just need like one good photo for it, in my opinion. And this mockup right here, you can make really easily. So check this out. I actually bought this image on Etsy. Okay, so if I copy and paste it, look at what this looks like, right? This is a white photo of an iPhone, and look how easy it is to make these really cool mockups. So basically, I'm just gonna take my design that I just made, right? And drag and drop it into the artboard. And then what I'm gonna do is line it up like so, okay? And then layer, send to the back, boom. How cool is that, right? We literally just made a super pretty, realistic iPhone type of vibe here. And then obviously, you know, you have to kind of play with it a little bit, but how gorgeous is that? Like I really love making these because it just looks a little bit more realistic than like the mockup generators, in my opinion. So this is a great way to do this. See, for reference here, if I go on Etsy and I just type the mockup for it, you can see these different ones that you're able to use in Canva. So see here, this one is super popular, so I could buy this one, I could use this one, bunch of different options here. I saw this one on TikTok a lot, so it's definitely one that I want to buy. It's only $3, so I can just purchase this, download it, bring it into Canva. And this lately has been a really fun way to make mockups. I do use Placeit, of course, all the time to create mockups for me. And if you don't know this, I really like to utilize a lot of different platforms and different things when I create. I don't have just one go-to platform that I use all the time. It's just not how I roll. I really like to, you know, utilize a bunch of different things. I think it helps me stand out against the competition, in my opinion. So we'll just grab this template. Here we go, use for design. And we're gonna do it the same exact way. So look at that, I love it. It's like so satisfying to me. So cute, I love it. I'm even gonna edit this to give her like a different vibe because I've seen her on. Looks great. And I'm just uploading them in here. And if it says that your images are too large, I did a square like ratio of 2000 by 2000 pixels, and that seemed to work out really well. So if that does happen to you, where if the image is too large, let that save you some time. And I do want to add more photos, and also the Printify photos are taking a little bit to come over. So while I'm waiting for that, I just want to preview what the listing looks like. So right over here on the right side, you can kind of see how cute this looks. So we can see and put this as the first image, or one of these as the first image, and then people can see, you know, what to expect with the case. And something that I'm noticing though is that this phone case is correct, right? But this one, it looks a little bit different. So I would go back on Etsy and make sure that I'm purchasing the correct tough phone case. Just a little mess up that I did. I mess up all the time, especially when I'm filming, but definitely just want to be aware of those things. That's why previews are so important. But let's just update it so we can check it out for real and how it will look like on our store. And then we can see it's live for purchase on TikTok shop. I want to show you like through the phone. Yeah, looks really cute. Looks really good. And that's pretty much all we'd have to do. And then you want to go in through your details. A lot of listings will actually put more photos in their details to really show the product, but I would recommend doing that after you like start to see a little bit of traction on the sale or on the actual listing, or if people are favored, and then kind of go through and optimize those further. But I really love this idea. I think it's a great way to get more eyes on TikTok. I do think that the TikTok algorithm can work really good wonders. And if you're wondering about like how to get people to your actual products, first you want to worry about listing at least like 10 to 15 products, and then we can move into the strategy of actually marketing our products on TikTok, because you can do it a lot of different ways that don't require any money, especially by setting up campaigns within there to help get people to actually promote your products for you. You can do that in the affiliate section, and essentially what you can do is open collaborations with different types of influencers and offer them an incentive to where if they do get a sale, you give them a percent of that sale. So you're not paying them until they actually convert with your product. And it's such a cool thing. If you want to see a separate video about me like talking about that, about me actually like showing you how to do it and the back end side of it, because I also have been accepted as a TikTok affiliate, so I can show you how the entire process works. If you'd like to see that, let me know. And I also encourage you to just check out all the different other products that Printify has to offer. I mean, there's so many. I also have this notebook in the same design as that phone case, and I'm definitely going to list this on there as well. And I would just give yourself a goal to really try this out if it's available to you. I think that it has a lot of potential, and pretty much like with the SEO and stuff, that's already done with the AI for us. And then TikTok tells you exactly what to do as well. And there's so many fun things within the platform of promotions, your shop page. You can really like spend one whole day on this and set up your whole entire shop. And I would encourage you to do so, especially if you're looking for something else. Maybe you already have products on Etsy and you want to move them to TikTok shop. You can do that in Printify by copying it to another store if it's linked on that same account, which is really great. And just a reminder that we're keeping the products that have, as I said, that TikTok ready badge on Printify. Let me know what other videos you'd like to see, or if you found this helpful. I am going to create a marketing one soon, so comment below so that I know that y'all want to see that. Thank you so much for watching. Everything I talked about will be linked, and I hope to see you in the next video.